scream. Well, you know, I want to be loud so we can feel like we have a great big crowd and maybe wake the Allman Brothers, get them to walk on over with their little zombie selves, you know. So how are you guys doing? Woo! All right. It's been a couple of weeks since I've seen you. Patrick and Rachel got married finally. Woo! I'm so ready for that to happen. No, really, I do. I love them. I do have a quick question, just randomly. Would it freak you out if a guy said tenderoni?
7 out of 10.
Or like, huh?
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10? Oh, if a guy called you tenderoni, that would be 7 out of 10?
Like creepy, yeah.
Oh, creepy, yeah. Because it is Michael Jackson. So, there is the question of exactly what he meant by tenderoni. Huh?
You're not a child, you're saying.
Well, that's true, and he's dead, so the fact that I'm not a child and he's been dead for about 10 years, I'm pretty secure that he's not gonna, molest me at this point. But I'm a kid of the 80s, I grew up with Macaulay Culkin being best friends with Michael Jackson, and Corey Feldman being best friends with Michael Jackson, and the kid with AIDS being best friends with Michael Jackson. And, and it did seem to be a theme with Michael Jackson and his friends. They were just Diana Ross and a bunch of kids. That's literally the whole thing. And I'm trying to joke, so I forgot what I was going to say. I work customer service. I can't tell you for where I work customer service, but I can tell you customer service is a terrible job. Yes, thank you. Applause for that. Like Mike Rowe has that show Dirty Jobs. And I'm like, Mike Rowe, come do the job that makes you want to eat a gun. That's my goddamn job. I would gladly, get in a sewer or whatever the shit that he does, as long as I don't have to talk to anyone. But people say a variety of things to me, and this lady said this thing to me the other day, and it freaked me out because at the end of the call, she said, "Have a fine day." And I went, okay, I probably will. Not good, not great, not fabulous, not fantastic, just fine. And I'm like, is she like this, in the rest of her life, shoot for the stars? And she's like, nah, it doesn't even have to be in the atmosphere, just right there, just fine. And it was the weirdest, but also kind of most refreshing thing, because when people tell me to have a great day, I feel a lot of pressure for that day to be great. And then when it's not great, I'm like, I let the woman down. She told me to have a great day and I fucking blew it. But that lady, we're fine. We're fine. We are just where we're supposed to be. It's just fine. I've been arguing a lot with conservatives, and I know everybody's like, what? You arguing with anyone? Well, shut my mouth. But one of the reasons that I have found that I've been arguing with conservatives lately is somehow in their conservative little weird brains, they have decided that the book 1984 is for them. And I saw this TikTok where this guy was, sitting there reading 1984, and it had the thing from Euphoria where it's like, is this fucking play about us? And I went, George Orwell was very famously a democratic socialist. Thank you. And they're like, you're just hateful. Because I'm telling you the truth about someone and you don't like it, because the book is supposed to be read ironically, and it's supposed to be a warning against totalitarianism. And I'm like, y'all got it the wrong way. And I was telling my stepmom and my brother about this yesterday, and because they were like, what have you been up to lately? And I was like, arguing with conservatives, and they were like, what now? So, and this one girl was like, how do you know so much about George Orwell? I was like, bitch, I did a term paper. I did that fucking shit at 3 o'clock in the morning, the day before it was due. Fucking hopped up on espresso beans, chocolate covered espresso beans. And I remember every fucking word. And I said, also, before you get there, I'm going to ruin Animal Farm for you. And my brother sat there and he went, yeah, I saw that movie. And then he stood there for a minute and he went, wait. I saw Animal House. And I was like, also about socialism, obviously that's what they were going for. Let's see, what else? Like I said, I work in customer service and people order stuff from the company that I work from. And a lot of times packages go missing. And it's a hard thing. It's a hard thing that we have to deal with in life. Packages go missing. And we never know. And this lady the other day was incredulous about the fact that I did not care that her package was missing. She's like, well, where did it go? What happened to it? And I'm like, well, see, if I knew that, it wouldn't be missing. Sorry. Sorry, my sinus has been bad lately. So she was like, there's got to be somebody there that cares that these packages are going missing. Like, somewhere in my company, there's like the John Walsh of missing packages. Just like, there's like a whole sign of just, have you seen this package? Call this number. They may have run away. They were last seen with a Keurig. But I'm still working on that one. The other thing is I've been having to ask people a lot lately because my dad died. I know y'all didn't know because I had never talked about it, but my dad died last month, and one of the things, like, I finally had to make an announcement among everyone I know to say, please, for the love of God I don't believe in, respect my fucking atheism. If I had to hear one more person tell me, well, I'll pray for you. Yeah, because that's done such good so far in my life. The praying has really helped, believe me. And everybody's like, it's God's will, it's God's plan. And it reminded me of the time that my Aunt Sherry, and that's her real name, I'm not changing the name, and one day when I get famous and she's going to recognize this, that's going to be me getting back at her. But one Christmas, she was like, how old are you? And I was like, told her my age. And she was like, you are not, because I grew up as a person, that's what people do. And she's like, you are not that age. And I'm like, I am, yeah. And she was like, your mother would be freaking out. And I'm like, I guess, and she went, God knew what he was doing with her. So, okay. So let's unpack this, okay? If God knew what he was doing with her, because, God's plan, God's will, all that bullshit. He was like, okay, she's going to have a really hard time getting older and having her daughter get older. So, you know what? Just fuck it, car accident. And it's taken me a lot of time to get here, but I wish I had had the mental, because I was stunned and I just stood there and I had some wine, which was a good thing because my reflexes were slow and it really quickened my brain. I was like, if I punch her, they probably won't invite us back. And they already don't like me, so, maybe I'll just let this go. And then my aunt was like, well, I don't think she meant it in a bad way. And I was like, how could that have been a good way? Also, Aunt Sherry never met my mom. That was another thing that pissed me off about the whole thing. But I wish I could have asked her in the moment, okay, so if God knew what he was doing with her, did he know what the fuck he was doing with me? I was 8 years old. That shit fucked me up. I was, but maybe God was like, one day, she's going to be a stand-up comic. And it'll be for the bit. So, God's plan is for me to make that joke and for you all to laugh. And thank you, Brooke clapped for me. Other people can clap if you want to. I'm going to leave you on this. I was busted in Publix the other day because they play all the songs that Gen Xers love. And the other day I was shopping and I'm going to do a demonstration for you. I was, walking along and I start hearing the opening strain of a song. And I'm in the bread aisle and I'm like, and I hear, you say, I only hear what I want to. And I'm like, oh, let's sing along. It's like, you say, talks all the time. So, and I'm like in the bread aisle, and nobody else was there. And I'm like, you said that I was naive, and I know that I was strong. I thought, hey, I can leave, I can, oh. You're there. And I panicked and I just said, it's Gen X Girl Law. When that song comes on, we have to sing along with it. Okay, anyway, all right, are you guys ready for your next comic? My paper flew away. That has nothing to do with our next comic. Okay, our next comic is a favorite here, and he's really good despite the age difference of all of us and him. I'm kind of jealous. I was not that funny until like last year. So anyway, without further ado,